Okay, so here is an Empacher 8, and this guy lives outside, so it's pretty faded out, and I'm only going to video one side of it because we're going to do the whole boat over. But you can see the tape is coming off, and there's a little pretty deep gash right there in the black. And then here's a spot that somebody else had fixed. So yeah, it's super faded out now. This has Carl Douglas riggers to go with it, and I'm wondering like what's up with that there. There's a couple spots. And then there's a spot there that somebody fixed. And something going on here. So there's a lot of dirt on this thing, and that'll clean up, should clean up pretty nicely. And I'm pretty sure we're not doing any repairs to the hull at all. Well, except for that thing up there in the black. But we're gonna go over this whole boat and take care of whatever we gotta take care of it. It needs just a little TLC here. And then there's something you don't see that often. And then you can see right there, I mean, it's worn down right to the Kevlar. I'm not sure if that's been filled or not, but there's a couple little spots back here. Now onto the top end here, so where we take that bow ball, that Vespolii bow ball will be coming off. All this tape will come off here. And the decks actually, these will come up pretty nicely, actually. And a little puncture there. But the main reason it came here was because the well, there's one thing you can see right there. See how that bolt is sticking out and it's not flush? So I have to check and see if that was bent correctly or what. But there's been quite a bit of work done on the interior of it. Like there's some carbon somebody put in there. But the main reason it's here is because all the clear coat is in a constant state of flaking off. It kind of gets on the guys, so they're a little frustrated about that. So we're going to try and clean up these gunnels and the flange and coat it, put a clear coat on it. Now just typical this track here, you can see all those pits in it, and that gives you kind of a bumpy ride. So you might want to think about just replacing the tracks. When you replace the tracks, you should also do the wheels. That or do a very thorough cleaning of the wheels. Those parts are not cheap. And then you can see somebody worked on the footwell in there. And then it's pretty typical the whole way down here. So it also looks like the that light that's on the bow wash box has a wire that runs down the bottom of the boat, but it's just cut. So there's, you can see the difference in the two seat decks here. I mean, that's from the factory. So they were made different days when they put them all in, because you can see the difference there. See how that one's nice? Well, UV has like killed it, but you can see it's a pretty dramatic difference to the stern section. Because each piece, each seat deck for each seat is its own piece. So they make them and just put them in as they need them. And then the stern deck looks in pretty good shape. That'll clean up really nicely. We'll take all this tape off and go to town on this boat. They won't recognize it when it comes back, that's for sure.